Hi, my name is Nacho. Um, I come from a family of 11. I have the way I came to the Lord was through my mom. Uh, she uh, she was a prayer warrior. She dedicated her life and would invite me to church. Uh, and she would constantly be praying for me. I could see her at night. I look in the room and lights were already turned off, and she'd be on her knees just praying for my whole family, all my brothers and my sisters. I lost my dad when I was 11, so I kind of grew up without a father. I kind of know what it is to have one at a young age, but I think during my teenage years, that's when I needed him the most. Uh, I kind of joined the military to get away from the problems. There was a lot of abuse in my family, of a lot of alcoholism. My dad was an alcoholic, and it stemmed into my brothers being alcoholics. But after one of the reasons I think I joined the military, which is actually a blessing, is to try to get away from my family. Basically, my brothers, my mom. The hardest thing was to do with joining the military was to leave my mom. Uh, uh, Being away from my mom was very hard. Being in the military was very hard. There was times where I contemplated maybe committing suicide and being in the apartment by myself and putting a knife in front of me and trying to just, you know, squeeze and just, die because I didn't have a purpose in life basically. Uh, but one day I got out and came home and I thought things were going to get better at home. I thought things were better at home, but it actually got worse. The abuse was still happening at the house. But one day my brother got tired of his life. I think we all got tired of our lives in general, my brothers and I, and my sisters. But this particular brother called my Uncle Tom, who was a Vietnam veteran. Uh, this guy, I used to think that, worst guy you want to meet. He was a wife abuser. He beat up people. He was in Vietnam. He got tired of here and he went back to Vietnam. But this man that I didn't want to come over to speak to my brother was uh, was different when he spoke to my brother. Things I saw the same man I hadn't seen in 10 years, but what came out of his mouth was totally different from what I expected from him. Uh, my brother that week gave his life to Christ, and he would come to my house and minister to my brother, and I used to sit in the corner and listen to my uncle speak to my brother, and I was at the point where I didn't know where else to or nowhere else to turn because I hadn't had a job in so long after I got out, and violence was still going at the house, and I saw my brother change overnight, and I wanted some of that, and I went to church with my uncle Tom, and he basically uh, sat there, and I sat in the back row like most of us do, sit in the back row, and the pastor preached a sermon, and I just felt God just all over me, and I went up there to the front and accepted Christ. And once I did that, it was probably the best thing I had ever done in my life. Uh, the problems that I went through in life as a young man cannot compare to what God's given me, a family and a wife and children. And just to be able to serve Him is probably the best thing that I can do, is to serve Him the best way as I can. Um, but I'm here to tell you, if you've never accepted Christ and you don't know Him as your Lord and personal Savior, all I can tell you is to try Him for 30 days. If you don't like it, go back to whatever you're doing. But I guarantee you that God has a purpose in your life, like He had in my life. And He's an honoring God. He's a giving God. He's a loving God, most of all. Words that I've never heard in my life about being loved. Now I hear them all the time. My children, my wife, my friends, my church members. Um, that's one thing that growing up, I never even, it was never uttered in my home. But now that I've given my life to Christ, it's been a journey. It's been a wonderful journey. It's been awesome. I encourage you, if you're listening to this, that there is a God and He cares and He loves you, and all you have to do is call on His name, and He's there.